Hi, I'm Mark Wilson, the Engineering Heretic, and of course we made boomerangs the other day, and today we're in a park, and of course we're going to have a go at throwing one of these things. Now, throwing a boomerang it's a bit of an art. It takes a little bit of a knack, and it doesn't always come easy to people. Some people throw really well, some people have a really good knack to this, and other people don't, and it's just on your style. Some people spin it more. My throw is quite a spinny throw. Other people throw it sort of moves out straighter and flatter without spinning too much. That's not usually the best result. But let's have a look at what happens when you throw a boomerang. First of all, I need a right-handed boomerang. We're going to hold this with 2 fingers here like that, with your thumb across there, right at the end. And when you throw it, we're going to give it a little bit of a flick as we throw it. And of course, this blade here, the leading edge there, is near vertical. Now, what happens to a boomerang whilst this is flying? Let's talk about that. First of all, we have an aerofoil, and of course that creates lift. Now, there's 2 things that cause lift with this thing as it flies. One is the spin, and the other is the travelling through the edge, through the air, with a round surface on the top. Okay. When I first throw this boomerang, it's spinning fast. It's moving forward with a lot. So it's spinning fast, moving forward. There's going to be a lot of lift, and so what we want to do is use that force to curve the boomerang around, not to make it go up, because that's not what we want to do at the moment. What we want to do is throw that sort of near vertical. I'm a right-handed person. Near vertical, a little bit over a little bit, but you'll sort of have to play around with yourself. And what happens is, as you throw that like that, of course the lift is going to drag this around and curve that in that direction. Now, as that curves around, there's another force that takes over here. It's called gyroscopic progression. Now, I don't know if the Aboriginals ever had names for these things, like gyroscopic progression or aerofoil, but what the heck, that's what's happening. So as that curves around, the gyroscopic progression causes this to flatten out. And of course, its forward momentum is diminishing as it's getting further away from me. And of course, it's still spinning reasonably fast, and then it will hit the air and basically rise up. So 1 minute we're curving around, now we're going to use that force to keep the thing up in the air, and then the last little bit, it'll be basically reach as far as it's going away from me. And then what will happen is, under the prevailing wind, with a slight breeze coming in this direction here, the breeze is going to blow this back towards me, and as it's losing momentum completely, you want this thing to stop in the air. Normally if it's too high up, you'll see it sort of come towards you. It'll kind of stop, do a little bit of a pirouette, then just dive and hit the ground. What you want to do is try to get that point where it stops forward momentum, to sort of do it as it does its little pirouette before it plummets to the ground. You want to have that basically at waist high. And then of course, if it's like that, it's sitting right in front of you, almost stopped. All you do is, with your 2 hands open like that, you clap it between your hands rather convincingly. Don't try and grab it with your fingers, because the blades will just knock your finger. You'll end up with a little bit of blood and stuff like that. But basically it should end up spinning right in front of you, and you just basically just gather it up like that, and basically that's how you catch it. Now, there's a little bit of a breeze. The breeze is a little bit too much today, but we're going to give this a go. It's in the evening and the breeze is wafting off, but we're going to throw this. The breeze is coming at me from that direction there, and what I wanted to do is throw this at around about 45 to 90 degrees, depending on how fast the wind is. Sometimes if there's no wind, you have to do a little bit more. You have to put a lot more effort in what you throw, and you have to do a more of a swoopy sort of motion. But it just comes down to practice. At the moment the breeze is quite strong, but we're going to throw this about 90 degrees to the wind. I'm going to throw this with my 2 fingers like that, and what we want to do is the breeze is coming in that direction there. We're going to go about 90 to 45 degrees, and we're going to throw that in near vertical. If you throw it like this, horizontal like that, the lift is so much and the spin is so much, it will just go straight up in the air and then come crashing back down again. If you're on hard ground, you'll break your boomerang. Normally, if you really try and wind up, you people who throw these things, normally and put everything into it, end up doing too horizontal. That doesn't work. So let's give this a go, and hopefully it will come back and I'll be able to catch this. But my record's 26 in a row, but I was very young back then. I caught it a bunch of times the other night, but we'll see how we go. If I'm left-handed, of course the wind's coming in that direction. I have a left-handed boomerang, and I'm throwing with my left hand in that direction, and it's going around the other way, clockwise. My boomerangs, the right-hand ones, go around counterclockwise. Let's give this a go. The breeze is a little bit up at the moment. Wait for it to calm down a bit. And it's a little bit skittish, so we're not going to get a very good throw today. Line up, and we're just going to give it a throw. Okay, that's way too high, but that went forever. Not a good result. It'll Okay. No, too far. I need to go further around. Okay. Yep. Good. Okay. This is good. All good? Well, tonight's not going to be my 26 in a row in my youth is not going to be eclipsed tonight. The wind's a little bit too strong, and it's tend to blow it back over our heads. I am not going to run and chase these things, but the idea is for it to work, and it takes a lot of practice, but the wind's a little bit too high tonight. Anyway, that's all I can offer for you for this evening, and I'm